There has been a huge twist regarding the future of a certain Liverpool midfielder. Let's break this down. There is so much to discuss in today's video, so be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. Before Liverpool fans get too carried away with reports linking Stefan Bajcetic with a move away from Anfield, it appears the latest transfer speculation may have missed the mark. Recent claims suggested Middlesbrough were lining up the 21-year-old as the replacement for Hayden Hackney, who is closing in on a £25 million switch to Everton. However, those reports have now been firmly played down. Despite the growing rumours, there is currently no interest from Middlesbrough in either a loan or permanent deal for Bajcetic. That doesn't necessarily mean he won't leave Liverpool this summer, but it does suggest that one of the biggest exit stories surrounding the midfielder has hit an early stumbling block. Bajcetic is set to return to the AXA training centre later this month as Liverpool begin pre-season under Andoni Iraola. After enduring a frustrating spell on the sidelines, the Spaniard finally has the opportunity to prove his fitness and remind everyone why he was once considered one of the club's brightest young talents. Having not featured for Liverpool's first team in over 2 years though, he faces a huge battle to force his way back into contention. With just 1 year remaining on his contract, this summer feels pivotal for both Bajcetic and Liverpool. The club must decide whether to hand him a fresh opportunity under Iraola, extend his deal, or cash in before risking losing him for nothing. Interestingly, there is a strong argument for keeping him at Anfield. Bajcetic now counts as a senior player and also qualifies as homegrown for Premier League registration purposes, making him a valuable squad option as Liverpool prepare for another demanding campaign across both domestic and European competitions. Of course, if Liverpool do decide that his future lies elsewhere, they are unlikely to struggle finding potential buyers. Girona were interested back in January, while Valencia, Real Betis and Rayo Vallecano have all monitored his situation in recent transfer windows. So while the Middlesbrough rumours appear to be wide of the mark, the possibility of a summer exit is certainly far from over. The big question now is whether Bajcetic can convince Iraola during pre-season that he deserves another chance at Liverpool, or whether this summer will finally mark the end of his Anfield journey. Whether Stefan Bajcetic remains at Liverpool or moves on this summer could ultimately come down to what happens over the next few weeks. With Middlesbrough's reported interest now appearing to be unfounded, the focus shifts back to pre-season, where the young midfielder has a genuine opportunity to impress Andoni Iraola and stake his claim for a place in the squad. If he can stay fit and rediscover the form that once made him one of Liverpool's brightest prospects, he could yet carve out a future at Anfield. But with his contract entering its final year and clubs across Spain continuing to monitor his situation, Liverpool may soon face a significant decision over one of their most talented young midfielders. Whatever happens, Bajcetic's future is shaping up to be one of the stories to watch throughout the remainder of the transfer window. In other news, a major twist has emerged today and it appears a deal which likely could now be in doubt. Curtis Jones's Liverpool future has taken another dramatic twist, but if Nottingham Forest believed they had a genuine chance of prizing the midfielder away from Anfield, that optimism appears to be fading fast. Despite entering the final year of his Liverpool contract and weighing up his long-term future, reports suggest Jones is reluctant to entertain a move to the City ground. Nottingham Forest have registered their interest as they prepare to reinvest after agreeing a deal worth at least £160 million to sell Elliot Anderson to Manchester City. But convincing the Liverpool Academy graduate looks set to be a far more difficult task than expected. Inter Milan had previously tested Liverpool's resolve with 2 offers for the 25-year-old, only to be knocked back on both occasions. Those hopes now appear to have ended too, with sporting director Piero Ausilio indicating the Italian giants are unlikely to return with another bid. That leaves Jones at an intriguing crossroads. While an exit from Liverpool cannot be ruled out, any final decision is expected to depend heavily on discussions with new head coach Andoni Iraola during pre-season. Those conversations could ultimately determine whether Jones remains an important part of Liverpool's plans or decides the time has come for a fresh challenge. Forest's pursuit has also been complicated by major uncertainty behind the scenes. According to Fabrizio Romano, head coach Vitor Pereira is now considering leaving the club amid interest from Saudi Arabian side Al Hilal. The development comes after reports that negotiations over a new contract had already stalled, throwing Forest's managerial future into doubt. It's another chapter in what has become a familiar story at the City ground. Pereira only arrived in February after replacing Sean Dyche and successfully guided Forest away from relegation during a turbulent campaign. However, with owner Evangelos Marinakis renowned for running an unpredictable environment, another managerial shake-up could now be on the horizon. From Jones's perspective, it's easy to understand why the situation raises doubts. Leaving Liverpool is already a huge decision, but joining a club facing uncertainty in the dugout would only increase the risk. Add in the fact he remains a regular starter for one of Europe's biggest clubs, and Forest's task becomes even steeper. Although Liverpool are not currently in active contract talks with Jones, reports suggest a new deal could still be offered if he remains at Anfield beyond the close of the transfer window. For now, all eyes turn to pre-season, where Jones is expected to be among the first players reporting back to the AXA training centre after missing out on Thomas Tuchel's England squad. The coming weeks could prove decisive, but one thing is becoming increasingly clear. Nottingham Forest's hopes of landing Curtis Jones may already be slipping away as Liverpool's transfer saga takes yet another unexpected turn. But that is all for today's video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. We post all the latest Liverpool news every day, so join our fast growing community so you never miss out. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.